Hello guys! Welcome to another episode of Contador Publico at your service! Okay, so for today, we will be discussing the accounting cycle through problem solving. Meron tayong sample problem. It's a service entity or an entity that provides services to its customers. Ang assumption natin, we are in the second month of the company operations. So, tapos na yung first month. This problem that we will solve is from a sample problem of a student in FINMA Education. So all rights reserved to the problem. The problem is a property of FINMA Education, but we will just try to solve this problem. We will show you how to solve problems like this. Okay? So this is your problem. So your assumption is that in the first lessons, nag-create na ng business and meron ng first month of operation. So as going concern, yung going concern is one of the accounting principles, meaning you are operating continuously. Okay? Kaya you have no plans to liquidate the scale of your operations. In fact, you have survived the second month of doing your business with the following description of transactions that took place for the month of October 2020. So ito daw yung sample, yung transactions na nangyari during the second month of the business. So we'll discuss it one by one later. Okay. You have your post-closing trial balance for the month of September 2020. So, ito yung, kung post-closing trial balance siya ng September 2020, ito yung beginning trial balance mo for the month of October 2020. Meron kang cash, 210,000, shop supplies, 5,000, furniture and fixtures, 75,000, shop equipment, 130,000. May accumulated depreciation ka ng September na 1,000. Accounts payable mo ay 25,000 ang balance. Loans payable, 110,000. And yung capital balance is 284,000. So for the purpose of this video, ang gagamitin natin ay ABC Capital for ABC Corporation. Okay. Additional information, the shop equipment has 10,000 salvage value and has useful life of 10 years. You have your first estimated uncollectible account to 1%. Your remaining supplies at the end of October ay 2,000 pesos. And you recognize a 1-month expired portion of your insurance. Okay, what is required? So, ito yung required. Number 1, amounts and dates for each transaction. So, yung transaction in this slide, you will have, gagawa tayo ng amount. So, mag-iimbento tayo ng amounts and dates. Okay. And using yung 10 transactions na given. Okay? We will be preparing a general journal, the general ledgers, the unadjusted trial balance, the adjusting entries, and the adjusted trial balance. And then, we will also prepare the financial statements, the income statement, the statement of changes in equity, the cash flow statement, and the statement of financial position. And then, the last one will also conduct a horizontal and vertical analysis with a given income statement and balance sheet using the following statement of financial position and income statement from the previous month of operation as follows. So, gagawa tayo ng horizontal and vertical analysis mamaya at the end. This is the income statement ng September 2020 and the statement of financial position as of the month ended September 2020. Okay, so for this video, we will be showing you or i-discuss ko sa inyo yung general journals. Okay, so we will split the videos one step at a time para naman hindi kayo masyadong mahabaan. So, ika-cut natin yung video per topic. So, first one we'll do is the general journals. Okay, so general journals, let me just show you. Okay, so gagawa tayo ng general journals for this transaction. Okay, so again, this is the transaction. So first transactions, mag-a-assume tayo ng dates and amounts. So acquired additional shop supplies on account. So kapag sinabi na acquired, so purchase yon. So you purchase shop supplies on account, ibig sabihin hindi mo siya binayaran, so it's on account. Ang credit mo dyan is accounts payable. So our entry so let's assume we purchased this on October 1. Okay? So mag-a-assume tayo ng data. Let me just prepare the table. Okay, so pakita ko sa inyo yung Excel. Okay, so we'll create the journals here. And I will show you the problem on another split screen natin siya. So this is sa mga accounting students, meron kasing nabibiling general journal in the Philippines. So meron na siya niyan, yung date, yung account titles. So dito yung account titles. Isang column lang to sa paper. And then you have your reference. Then yung debit, meron tong yung column dyan. Then may centavo doon. And column, may centavo. So ang pagsulat doon, centavo doon, centavo sa right, tapos from right to left. So, ganun siya. If you fill out nyo siya, yung meron, makikita nyo dun sa general journal nyo kung paano yung sulat nyo. Okay, so since we're using Excel, so I'll show you. So, assuming October 1, so your entry would be like this. Nagawa ko na siya, so I'll just show you. Okay, so ito yung entry number 1 natin. So, I assumed the date, October 1, and I assumed 1,000 pesos. Okay, so in your journals, always put the peso sign. Okay, so anyway, just put the peso sign. Okay, mahalaga yan, meron kang date, you have your debit account, your credit account, your reference, and your debit shop supplies, credit accounts payable, then you write your memo. Okay? So, punta naman tayo sa second entry. So, our second transaction is this. Okay, so our transaction 2 is purchased a 2-year insurance for the property. So, mag-a-assume ulit ako ng date. So, let's assume October 1 ulit. Okay? Kapag insurance, so, merong dalawang method. So, we'll use the asset method for now. We'll use debit, prepaid insurance. And then, credit tayo ng, since walang minention, so let's assume pinurchase niya by cash, okay? Let's put a reference. My reference, yung ginagamit kong reference, JV meaning journal voucher, 10 meaning the month, and then number 2. So this is JV-10-02. And then I'm assuming I paid 24,000 pesos. Okay, don't forget the memo. So, to record the purchase of 2-year insurance. Okay, let's go to transaction number 3. So for transaction number 3, you rendered services in cash. Okay, rendered service in cash, so meaning nag-perform ka ng services. Okay, naka-receive ka ng cash. So ano yung value received? Value received or value na nag-increase is your cash. Okay, so I'm assuming a date of October 5. Okay, and then your value parted with, or ano ba yung nag-increase pa sa'yo is yung income mo. Okay, nag-increase si income. So, any increases in revenue is credit. Any increases in cash is debit, or increases in assets, debit. Increases in revenue is debit. Okay, let's put our memo to record services rendered for cash. Now, transaction number 4, paying 50% of the outstanding accounts from transaction 1. So, meaning, dito daw sa binili mo ng transaction 1, you purchased it on account. Binili mo siya, utang pa lang siya. So, may accounts payable. On transaction number 4, binayaran mo yung 50% nito. So, nag-assume ako ng date, October 10. Okay. Since binayaran mo siya, nabawasan ang accounts payable. Okay. So, accounts payable is a liability. Pag nag-decrease ang liability, debit. So, ang debit natin, accounts payable. So, you write your reference, you write the amount, 50% ng 1,500. Okay? Then, ano yung credit mo? Ano bang sabi? You paid. Diba? You paid. So, pag binayaran mo, nabawasan ang cash mo. So, decreases in assets or decreases in cash ay credit. Then you write your memo. Okay? Next, number 5. Rendered service and issued a bill. Okay? So, I'm assuming October 15. So, nung October 15, nag-provide ka ng service sa isang customer or sa isang client, issued a bill, meaning hindi ka niya binayaran, nag-issue ka ng invoice or bill sa customer. So, anong merong nadagdag sa'yo or nag-increase is your accounts receivable. So, may utang sa'yo ang customer, so nag-increase ang accounts receivable. since nag-increase ang accounts receivable, debit siya. So, let's assume 20,000. Okay? And your credit, ano ba yung credit natin? So, since nag-render ka ng service, nagkaroon ka ng revenue, naka-earn ka ng revenue. Okay? Since revenue siya at nag-increase ang revenue, credit siya. So, okay, credit, service, revenue. Okay, let's assume 20,000. And then, let's put our memo to record services rendered on account. Okay, number 6. You received a bill for promotional radio activity. Okay? Let's assume the date, October 15 then. Naka-receive ka daw ng bill. So, nagbayad ka na ba? Di ba hindi pa? Okay? Promotional radio activity, kung pupuntahan mo yung expenses, yung September 20, income statement mo, makikita mo doon yung yung expenses na ginagamit niya. So, kung promotional radio activity siya, so it will fall under advertising expense. Okay? So, let's use the advertising expense. Nag-increase ang iyong advertising expense noong October 15. So, i-debit natin advertising expense. Your reference. Assume natin na 2,000 yon. Now, ang sabi, binayaran mo ba? Hindi pa. You received a bill lang. So, kung received a bill, paano mo i-record ang bill? Nagkaroon ka ng utang. So, nag-increase ang liability mo. Kung nag-increase ang liability, credit mo, accounts payable. Okay. Now, next transaction, transaction number 7, owner invested additional cash. Okay, so let's assume nangyari ang transaction noong October 20. Owner invested additional cash. So, anong na-receive mo? What's the value that you received? You received cash. Okay? So, pag ang cash nag-increase, again, debit. Okay? Let's assume the owner invested 66,000. Okay, anong credit niya? Pag investment, pag owner's investment, di ba? Your credit is your capital. Nag-increase ang capital, therefore, credit siya. Kasi increases in capital is credit. Okay? You put your memo to record additional investment of owner. Transaction number 8. Receive 50% payment for transaction number 5. So, kung matatandaan nyo, yung transaction number 5, you issued a bill. So, hindi pa binabayadan sa'yo. Okay? Let's put the date. Again, yung dates is assumption lang natin ito. You will be responsible kung anong, bahala ka na, invento mo na ako yung dates and amounts, okay? Ang mahalaga, maintindihan mo yung entries. Transaction number 8, you receive 50%. So, 50% daw nito, binayaran sa'yo nung October 25. So, anong na-receive mo? Cash, okay? So, cash. Nabawasan anong nabawasan? Nabawasan yung utang sa'yo, so nabawasan ang accounts receivable. Pag ang cash nag-increase, again, it's your debit. And pag ang accounts receivable nag-decrease, so decrease in asset, credit yon. Okay, so reference. Mahalaga yung reference pag ita-transfer na natin siya sa general ledger later. Okay? So, transaction number 9 na tayo. Sorry. Memo. Let's put the memo. Okay, to record collection of receivable. Yung memo, it's something, a description kung anong nangyari dun sa transaction. Bahala ka na dyan kung anong gusto mong gamitin. Basta, it's a brief description of the transaction. Transaction number 9, withdrawal for personal use. So, let's assume on October 30, ABC Capital withdraws 50,000. Okay? Kapag ka owner's withdrawal, ang laging, okay, unahin natin si credit. Nag-withdraw siya ng cash. So, nabawasan ng cash, credit natin, cash. Okay? Pag withdrawal, ang ginagamit nating account is either owner's drawings or withdrawals. Okay? So, for this sample problem, ang gagamitin ko ay, so, your surname, comma, drawings. Pwede rin your surname, comma, withdrawals. Okay? So, para dito, gagamitin ko is drawings. So, 50,000. This is an equity account, a contra equity, a contra ito sa capital. So, kabawasan siya sa capital. Okay? And then, let's go to transaction number 10. Payment of various expenses, utilities, salaries, repairs, and maintenance. So, nagbayad ka daw ng mga expenses mo. So, let's assume end of the month na siya nung nagbayad ka. Okay? So, nagbayad ka ng utilities. So, meron kang utilities expense. Okay? Nagbayad ka din ng sweldo ng mga tao or salaries expense at repairs and maintenance ng equipment mo. Okay? Since ang expenses ay nakakabawa sa net income, any increases nito ay debit. Okay? So, kaya ilalagay natin debit. So, assume natin 2,000, 10,000, and 2,500. Anong credit? Payment. So, ibig sabihin, nagbayad ka ng cash. Bawasan ang cash, so, credit, cash. Okay? For the total nito. Okay, so, sorry, nakalimutan natin yung memo. Yan. So, to record payment of various expenses. So, that is how you create your general journals. We'll continue with the discussion of the general ledger on the next video. Thank you for watching. Just click subscribe, share, and click the notification button to be alerted of new videos. This has been your Contador Publico at your service. God bless.